Okay, so Blitz Battle vs Black Maria is finally here. Today I'm going to be talking about the new unit that we are getting along with this event, as well as what this event entails. So anyone who is new to Bliss Battle, I'll explain how it works. And then finally, I'll show you 3 teams for the event. So if you just want to skip straight to the teams, then go to the timestamp. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so before we get into the Bliss Battle itself, let's start with talking about the free-to-play unit that we get for free during this event period, which is Black Maria. So Black Maria is a int, cerebral, and striker unit. So a very interesting class combination, but I like it. And her captain ability is pretty weak. Cerebral and striker 3x captain, you're not going to be using her. Her special, however, maxing out at 11 turn cooldown, so very low cooldown. It's pretty awesome having her already so early. And then what she does is she's going to change your cerebral and striker characters type orbs into matching. She's also going to reduce your crew's special bind by 5 turns and enemies damage reduction by 5 turns. And then she's also going to give you a 2x color affinity to your cerebral and striker characters. So she does a lot, and she's a very low cooldown. I think she's definitely worth farming. The biggest issue I think here with her special is her orb manipulation. It's very specific. There's 3 things wrong with it. First of all, it's only to cerebral and striker characters. 2, it only changes type orbs into matching, so your tandem and recovery orbs aren't going to be changed into matching. And thirdly, she doesn't change block orbs into matching, so very weak and specific orb manipulation. I don't think it'll be used. I don't think a special will be used specifically for that. But her utility is very good, and she also gives a color affinity, which is a less common buff, so very good on cerebral and striker teams. Her crewmate abilities, the first one is she's going to reduce her own special bind by 5 turns, so that goes well with her special ability, allowing you to use her special to remove the rest of your crew's special bind. Her second crewmate ability is also very good. It states that if you tap on this character with a int, tandem, or Wana orb, she's going to apply a cerebral and striker resistance of 5% to the enemy. If you don't know what that means, it's basically a free 1.05x attack boost to your cerebral and striker characters, and it goes through all of the enemy's immunity, so this is a very good buff to have on Super Boss. And her support effect that attaches to Kaido and a few Tobiropo members is going to give you a 1.5x cerebral and striker color affinity on the final stage. So definitely worth farming even just for that support effect. One of the best color affinity supports in the game, just proccing on the final stage and being 1.5x, which is very strong. And those are 2 classes that are pretty strong, so definitely farm up this unit. Pretty good special, very good support effect, and also pretty decent crewmate abilities. And she maxes out at 11 turn cooldown, so very low CT. She'll be ready early on in the quest, so definitely farm up this unit. I see her being used in the future Super Boss. But let's get straight into the teams, first talking about the Blitz Battle, however. Okay, so if you don't know what Blitz Battle is, I'm going to go through it very quickly. So Blitz Battle is a quest on Extra Island that you can clear to obtain different drops varying from Cola to Absolute Almighty Manuals. Each drop is assigned a point value, so the lowest point value is Cola, which only gives you 1 point per item, and the highest is Absolute Almighty Manuals, giving you 100 points. Don't know what I'm doing with my hands. 100 points per item, so it's very luck based. Depending on what you get, one run could give you 1,000 points, the next one could give you 10,000, so it's very luck based in that manner. But basically you want to earn as many points as possible, because there is a ranking system, and there is a separate site that you can check in the notices, and that will show you all of your rankings. There's going to be 4 different rankings: one for your global version personal ranking, one for your alliance ranking on the global version, another ranking for your personal on your personal account for worldwide, so this includes the Japanese version, and then finally another alliance ranking, but this includes the Japanese version as well. So there's 4 different rankings, meaning 4 different sets of rewards. This is a very rewarding game mode. You can get many different items such as Final Tap, Sugofist tablets, so you can get that from clearing the Chopperman missions. There's also a ton of rainbow gems to be received from this event. You can also get a bunch of legend tickets and much more, so just look out for their rewards, and you can check all the information in the notices tab in game. And that's pretty much it for Bliss Battle. It's very basic. It's very similar to the monthly turtle farming event where you just collect items, and obviously there's a boosted list that you should take into consideration when making teams. Those boosted characters are going to give you dupe drops and in turn more points. So make sure you have the highest point boosted team possible, get as many points as possible, and earn rewards with your alliance as well personally. So that's going to be it for the Bliss Battle game mode. Let's get into my teams for Bliss Battle versus Black Maria. Okay, so jumping straight into the Blitz Battle against Black Maria. The first team, we're running a Nami friend captain with our own Yamato and Ace captain. This quest is very annoying if you don't have any of the new batch, so running Nami as your friend captain is the best bet. Unfortunately, Robin is the highest booster, but she doesn't provide a lot to the team besides damage. Nami is insanely good for the final stage. She handles it by herself practically. So I recommend running Nami as your friend captain if you don't have any of the new batch. But I still have a team in this video that does use Robin as our friend captain without any of the new batch. It's just a teeny bit slower and more annoying to use. But if you want to have the highest point boost possible, I recommend that team. But if you want the fastest run possible that's very safe, then use this team. So on stage 1 and 2, we're just going to use Wave Clear. On stage 1, we're going to use the swap effect of Yamato and Ace. They'll apply burn to the enemy. Then just tap with one of your units and the enemies will die. Stage 2, use Kid-in-Law special to wave clear, as well as carry a bunch of boosts into stage 3. Stage 3, the enemy has resilience, nothing special. We have a inner turn damage from the Kid-in-Law special on stage 2 still. So just kill Black Maria, it's very fast and easy. On stage 4 against either Saul or Olvia, both of these variants are pretty annoying to get around. One of them is int, another one of them is strength. So this team works the same way for both of them. Just use your Luffy special, who's going to give you a turn of special cooldown, as well as changing block orbs into matching, and he also gives you a 2.5x orb boost. The support of Peckham's on Luffy is unfortunately required. We need that cooldown so that he's ready. On one of the variants we get -2 special cooldown, so very annoying to get around. And then so Luffy gets around one of the turns of it. And then Yamato and Ace's special, as well as their swap effect, is going to get around the other turn of special rewind, as well as give us an attack boost and a chain boundary effect. Then use Chopper, he's going to get around all the debuffs, and then just pretty much kill from there. There's nothing special. And then on the final stage, use your super class of your Nami, who's going to get around the enemy's threshold, as well as give us a conditional attack boost. Then use her special for a base attack boost, a chain boost, and also proccing that conditional boost from a super class. And then finally use your Black Maria, who's going to get around give us a color affinity boost, as well as give us a 1.75x attack boost with the support of Reiju. So this team is very basic, very fast. Nami provides excellent damage, as well as gets around all of the debuffs on the final stage. So I recommend this team. It's very clean, very safe, and very fast. But let's get into the next team I have here that uses Nico Robin as our friend captain without any of the new batch. Okay, so for the next team we are running here, we are running Super Tandem Luffy as our captain with Nico Robin as our friend captain. Unfortunately, Luffy doesn't boost quite a few of our subs, so it makes it a bit harder to get through stages 1 and 2, especially since we aren't wave clearing. You have to tap the mobs normally, and the fact that Black Maria doesn't get any boost from our Luffy makes it a bit hard to get through the mobs. But on stage 3, here it gets even a bit worse, because we're actually going to be stalling out the 3 tons of resilience that Black Maria has. So you can actually auto this quest up until stage 4. On stage 3, Black Maria, you just need to chop away at her health for the next 3 turns. And then on the 4th turn, just kill her through her resilience. Well, after resilience is gone anyways. And then on the 4th stage against either Nico Robin's mom, or Jaguar the Soul. Both of these variants are annoying, but we're going to use the support of our Ace as well as Kanjuro, who are going to get around the 5 turns of bind. That's going to allow our captains to be available again, and then we can use the super class of our Luffy, who's going to get around one of the turns of the special rewind, as well as give us a base attack boost. And then use your friend Captain Robin super class as well to get around the other turn of your special rewind and give us an orb boost. Then use Luffy special to give you a full board of matching orbs and also get rid of the despair. And then finally use your Chopper special, who's going to give you get around all of the debuffs, and then you can just kill from there. But first use your Kikunojo and Iso special. She's going to give you a 3-turn chain lock, which is going to last until the final stage, as well as help kill the enemy in this stage itself. Then on the final stage, we have a very annoying amount of debuffs to get around. The enemy has 6 turns of damage reduction, as well as 5 turns of threshold, and we, in addition to that, have 7 turns of paralysis. The good news is that on stage 4, right when the enemy dies, they swap our middle right character to our captain, which is where Kikinojo and Izo come in to play. They are an excellent quick captain, working excellently with our Robin friend captain. Not only are they a good captain generically, they're going to have 10 turns of paralysis reduction in their captain effect. That allows us to get around that annoying 7 turns of paralysis. Then we can use the special of our Black Maria, who's going to get around 5 out of the 6 turns of the enemy's damage reduction, as well as give us a color affinity and a attack boost with the Sport of Reiju. The Sport of Killer on our Legend 6+ Kid is going to get around the last turn of that damage reduction, and then finally activate your Kid special, who's going to give you 7 turns of threshold reduction, which is going to allow the enemy to be defeated at this point. Just hit a good on one of your characters and then a perfect on Robin, and then you can kill the enemy from there. So this team is awesome in terms of being safe. It's a bit, as I said before, it's a very long team. But if you want a safe team that has decent point boost with the Robin friend captain, then go for it. But let's get into the final team of the video that uses the new Legend Nami, as well as both of the new rare recruits being Sanji and Zoro. Okay, so for the final team we're running, it's very down to earth. We only have one support, being 6+ Pudding on our Sanji. We're running basically like half full batch. We don't have the new Kaido versus Yamato, nor the new Robin, so we're running her as our friend captain. But on stage 1 and 2, we're very fast. We're using Zoro special on stage 1. The quest is meant to use our Zoro on stage 4, but we're using him on stage 1 for wave clear. On stage 2, we can use Kid and Law special to wave clear. On stage 3, just hit normally. We have our Kid and Law buffs carried over into the 3rd stage, which allows us to kill the enemy very easily. On stage 4, we're going to activate our Sanji with the help of our Pudding support, making his special already. Sanji is going to get around the bind and attack down, as well as give us a attack boost. Then use Luffy special, who's going to give us a 2.75x orb boost, as well as a 1000 base attack boost with the super class. And then finally, just use your Robin super class if you need that extra turn of cooldown, and then just kill the enemy from there. And then on the final stage, oh yeah, by the way, on stage 4 we still play with the burn. That's the unfortunate con of running Zoro on the first stage as using his special for wave clear. But on stage 4, we can just tap around that burn. Just tap perfects when it's necessary. The team is very strong. It doesn't need to hit a lot of perfects. So even though the burn is substantial, we can get around it very easily. Then on the final stage, just activate your Nami special, as well as her super class. She gets swapped into your captain, and pretty much kill from there. There's not a lot to happen. Yeah, Nami gets around everything, and she provides a lot of boosts to our characters. Literally, her super class and a special is enough to kill the enemy, even though they have like 40 million health. So Nami's awesome for utility and for her insane damage boosting effects. So that's pretty much it for this team. This team is definitely the fastest. It's like a minute faster than the last team I showed you, and like 30 seconds faster than the team I showed you first. And it has basically double the amount of points multiplier. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the teams, ask them down below. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.